Hi, my name is Darren Garit from class AT102A. From this subject AGR113, I want to talk about the economics of scale versus diseconomic of scale. Economics of scale is associated with large-scale production. There are two economics of scale. Number one is internal economics of scale, and the second one is external economies of scale. For internal economies of scale, there are which arise from the action of an individual firm, and the internal economies happen inside an organization. And the last one is the internal economies of scale can reduce average of cost. There are a few types that I choose for economics of scale. Number one is labor. Number two is managerial economics. Number three is marketing economics. And the last one is financial economics. For the labor economics is a firm expands, it employs a large number of workers. Specialization can increase efficiency of labor and reduce the average of cost. Without any increase in the wage rate, the firm can provide a better working environment and improve facilities, as well as enhance promotion prospect for its worker. These measures will increase the average productivity on the workers and reduce the average cost per unit of output. For managerial economies, with an increase in the scale of operation, a firm can benefit by specializing its managerial department. Managerial economies refer to departmentalization and the employment of professionals. Each department is placed under the charge of an expert. This will ensure high productivity and greater efficiency to increase production and decrease costs. Small firms cannot afford the specialized. For marketing economies, a large firm can buy a raw material, its main input, in bulk and obtain a cheaper rate. Small firms cannot obtain this benefit. A large firm can also reduce the average cost of selling goods in large amount, as it can own a sales agency and channel to sell the goods. And the last one is the financial economies. Established firm can easily obtain loans from financial institutions compared to smaller firms. These large firms have sound financial standing. Additionally, large firms will have fewer problems securing the loan at lower interest rate with longer repayment period. They can also benefit from overdraft facilities or flood share to general public. Next, we will look the external economies of scale. This is the advantage of an industry as a whole, and external economies of scale cause the downward slope of LRAC curve. There are a few types that I choose is economies of government action, economies of concentration, economies of information, and the last one is economics of marketing. Okay, the first one is economies of government action. The government can create the necessary infrastructure to encourage production in the private sector. Infrastructure such as the facilities in the industry, that pave the way for smoother production process, include the transportation, water supply, and good telecommunication system. With a good infrastructure, firms can reduce their fixed costs and hence increase their production. The second one is economies of concentration. When the firm of an industry are established in one location, this firm can enjoy common benefits such as common means of transportation and communication, availability of trained staff, power supply, raw material, marketing facilities, the benefit of common repair, maintenance, service shop, and so on. All these reduce the cost of operation. Opening up of businesses and financial institutions to serve the overall industry will also benefit individual firms due to the economies of concentration. The third one is economies of information. In industry, the opportunities for collective and cooperative ventures are abundant. Firms can organize and conduct seminar, conference, workshop, or training session where knowledge is shared with the industry as a whole. And the last one is economies of marketing. As firms are co-located, raw material can be purchased in bulk. Bulk this mean beli secara pukal, thereby reducing price. The industry will also benefit as the sales of finished product can also be done in bulk. Next, we will see this economics of scale. This economics of scale have two also, the internal diseconomies of scale and external diseconomies of scale. For internal diseconomies of scale, the factor which rise the cost of production of a firm as the firm expand and shows the upward sloping of the long run average cost. There are few of these economies of scale that I choose. Is number one is labor diseconomies, management diseconomies, and the technical diseconomies. For labor diseconomies, when the division of labor is pushed beyond a point, indivisibility factors occur. Specialization can lead to disinterest and boredom, thus reducing productivity. Once productivity drops, the average cost will rise. And the second one is management diseconomies. These economies of scale arise due to the difficulties of managing large firms. Miscommunication, a lack of cooperation, coordination, and supervision of the work of different departments, and poor specialization can all occur in large firms. This will incur additional management costs. And the last one is technical diseconomies. Each piece of machinery has optimum capacity for work, which is optimum proportion to other factors. If this proportion is exceed, this economies of scale will set in. And the second one is external diseconomies of scale. This is the advantage faced by the industry as a whole. An upward sloping long-run average cost curve are due to external diseconomies of scale. There are few types of diseconomies of scale. Number one is scarcity of raw material, which differential, and the last one is concentration problem. The scarcity of raw material is, as an industry expands, there is scarcity of raw material, and as a result, the average cost starts rising. And the second one is wage differential. Wage differential occur within an industry where one firm pay higher wage than another firm to overcome limit resource, or it called labor. The cost of production for both firms will increase because the firm which pay lower wage will need to increase its wage rate in order to retain the staff. And the last one is concentration problem. When an industry become concentrated in one area, the cost of transportation will increase due to congestion. This can lead to diseconomies of scale. The industry will also incur high costs due to competition in buying and sell product in the same area. And that's all for me. Thank you. Have a nice day.